we're going to see on the next map one of your favourites, Matthias. It's a moon.
Yeah.
I thought
Finally.
They're coming back.
Yeah, I miss those a lot.
No one misses the moons, Matthias. No one misses the moons except you.
Maybe Klops, please.
I miss the moons, yeah.
Yeah.
You see, this is just PA gods all over, isn't it? It's just all moons all day. The team that came to Clan Wars with a 4-moon map. I mean, honestly.
that backfired.
You obviously have no shame. Okay, well, we're going to get ourselves going into Game 4 here between Elado and Yates on this moon. So thank you, Matthias, and we'll move you off. And Marshall, unfortunately, still continuing to have problems, so I'm going to be joined by Klops to co-cast this one. And it's going to be something special.
You know I'm really bad at this stuff. But we can... Let's just talk.
Big yourself up. Big yourself up. That's the spirit. Okay, so we're on the Juno, which is part moon, and part metal. Oh my goodness me! I have not seen this map before. I don't know where he's been keeping this one. This looks like a Gandalf map. This looks like to me. So unfortunately, Matthias probably already crying in disappointment. I think Yates, you may well be right.
Yeah, this could be fun.
So we are on to Game 4 of King of the Planet 12. Unfortunately, Yates has lost to Eladair 3-0. So Eladair holds on to his crown. But we are playing the last 2 games, moving to Game 4 here, where the King Eladair has chosen this map, the system Juno. So we're going to see what he can make with this custom map against Yates, who has described it already as a pathing nightmare. Klops, what do you think you're going to see on this map?
I'm actually just thinking to myself, what would I do? I need to see where the starting positions are. I'm sure it could be on the hills. Here, maybe. But...
Okay. I don't know where they start in this one, so I'm going to be interested to see where they spawn. You think it's going to be? Think it's going to be tanks, docks, air? There's a lot of chokes on this map.
Yeah, I think it'll be. Oh, they're starting up here on the hill. Okay. So then it's going to be tanks.
Oh, this is a very defensible base position.
Yeah,
these aren't ramps at the site. Oh, actually, are these? Is that blocked? That's blocked, right? Yeah.
That's blocked. Yeah, there's only 2 ways in.
So the ramps at either end. So yeah, seeing vehicles and vehicles. Yes, all tanks all day.
Yeah. You can really go air as well. I could see a couple of airdrops here.
I think air. Yeah, I think air for the drops rather than for the fabbers on this map. I don't think you're going to be able to sneak any cheeky... there's not really much potential for cheeky fabber sneaking here. It's too small a map, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of mechs concentrations as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of places to fight over.
We do see both of them going air as their second factory. I wonder if that's going to be, like you say, into Pelicans, or if that's going to be into fabbers.
Yeah, no, I think as you said, I think it's just going to be to scout and see what the other players doing. And if I was Jags, I'd just scout and see what Elodie's doing early.
Well, it hasn't been big on the scouting so far.
See the blueprint for that factory Jags is making.
Oh, another vehicle.
Yeah, but it's like in the ground.
Oh yes, the sideways bot factory. Well, I think that's a bold and innovative strategy.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think
no one's done a subterranean bot factory before.
This could work. He has a chance now.
Well, Eladair actually going surprisingly for a second air factory. He might be defying expectations here and going for a heavy air build.
But as we said, like it's quite easy to defend your base, so you can go heavy air.
It looks like that was a misclick. Actually, switched it out now for a vehicle factory. And we see the first scouting coming in here from Yates, already swinging the fight around to check if Eladair is trying anything sneaky. Likewise, Eladair now starting to sneak his fighters out to have a look at what's going on at Yates' side. Indeed, it does look like Yates is going to go for a bit more scouting this time than he has previously, so he's sending a skit around the base, surrounding it with fighters. He looks determined to find out what's going on in there, to see what Eladair is concocting this time. Will we see the unit cannon victory this time? What do you think?
I'm actually not sure how to play this map. I'm looking at it here, thinking what I would do. Like how would I... Because it's so easy to defend a lot of metal in this map, so I think it's going to be turrets and walls after. They're going to push for possession, and then it's going to be turrets and walls, and then the T2, I suppose.
Yeah, indeed. We already see a dual laser queued up for Eladare at the top of his ramp. That is going to be a hard ramp to push. I wonder if there's any opportunity here for the Grenadiers with their range.
Oh, yeah, they could work. Yeah.
I wonder though, because I know neither player is probably particularly comfortable using Grenadiers, because they haven't. It's only this patch that they've even become an option for potential use, and no one's identified if they're viable or not. I wonder if anyone's going to know enough about them to risk using them.
Yeah, you can see the buff factory upside down, backfired.
Is that?
the units are stuck.
It actually built as it was shown on the. Well, that's different. So Gandalf, fix your map, as I think what we say here. This is a good thing. This is.
The ducks are having a little dance in there.
It's nice. It's like a little discotheque going on.
That's good. I like that. He should probably stop that factory though, because it's like waste of metal.
Yes.
He has paused it. He has paused it. Yeah.
It's not going to be doing anything for him now. Right, he's got a permanent AA position in his base now. Oh, indeed, Eladare actually has gone for the cheeky air faber out, taking this centre metal here.
Yeah, if he scouts and looks where Elodie is building his energy, that's an easy snipe.
Yes, that's lone faber actually. Yes, surprisingly out of range. With no cover whatsoever, Eladare focusing very heavily on sweeps around his air faber, clearly considering that to be the big vulnerability. But again, we see Yates, he's concerning where Eladare is expanding, but he's not looking at what Eladare is doing in his base.
Yeah.
And Eladare again also doing the sweep around the edge of Yates to see what's going on.
I expect to lose a faber here, Elodie. But see, the faber got three.
Yates might pick a couple more easy kills in a minute.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah.
And it's just the attack range as well. It's not Yates looking at that. It's just the guard radius of the units. Yeah,
it's a bit of an oversight. We saw Yates doing something similar in the first game when he just kept rally points in ill-advised positions, and again Eladare doing it there. And actually Yates putting down a forward radar now, so clearly learning his lesson for the last game with slightly more aggressive radar positions. Let's see if that can see what Eladare is doing. No, not yet. It's again radar range severely nerfed. Really got to put them in much more forward positions.
Yeah, that's okay. But once you're T2, the T2 radar is way too strong. It'll pretty much fill this whole map.
It's surprisingly how rarely you see it though. Even when you see a player go tier 2, they're so keen on getting the economy up. I don't see the radar built that often. It seems to be left as a if I get time sort of thing. But as you say, it is an incredibly powerful weapon in your arsenal. Just the amount it reveals on the map.
Yeah, I'd build it nearly straight away. No, when I ever get T2, but with my eco management, I never get T2.
With your eco management, I would say you probably need tier 2, surely.
Yeah, I'm getting better.
But I think I've seen Eladare go orbital radar more often than I've seen him go with he's going Archids more often than he's got advanced radar. But both players are sort of playing very very cautious play.
Yeah,
circling around the edge of each other, just sizing each other up. And that bomber, that cautious play there cost him the bomber, which might have been able to pick up the fabric kills before it got shot down. But basically it's just sizing up each other at the ramps. They're building up their tank armies, building up against the ramps, just getting ready to face off there.
But if Yags builds a turret there with walls, he can actually move all them units forward and do something with them instead of having them standing there. It's a lot more. You can have a lot more pressure. You moving your units around and making Elodie react. It's like he's just waiting for Elodie to attack, and then he's gonna.
I wonder if he's just a bit. I wonder if he's just maybe got to that point where he respects Eladare too much as an opponent, considering the way the last 3 games have gone now. Where you know, as you get beaten by someone in ways you don't expect, you become more and more cautious because you keep thinking that they're doing something really amazing out in the fog of war. Because he's not running any scouting through. He's running around the edges again, but he's not scouting through the base. So when you can't see your opponent's base, you begin to imagine all sorts of things are going on in there.
Sometimes you can tell by seeing what units are coming at you and where he's positioned his units, what he's actually building. But with Lodi, sometimes you don't know how much metal he has either. Half the time you play him. Well, that was a bad confrontation there for Lodia.
Yeah, Yeags taking the skies there. Now he's in a great position to pick off Elodia's air fabbers if he could find them. I really think, in actual fact, it might almost be worth him throwing a Firefly in that mix. Once you've got air dominance, that extra vision. I mean, the Firefly now has something like 200, 250 vision. It's got massive vision. It'd be really great for picking off these air fabbers that Elodea is building.
So at the minute it's 4 air factories to Elodia to 6, but I think Elodia's after noticing he's queued up 5 more air factories.
Well, in actual fact, Yea's going for a factory lead, but Elodea going for a substantial fab lead, 15 to 8 there. Yea's starting to pick up a larger army count, but probably mainly in the air, I suspect. But Elodea spamming out the fabbers. It's really going for the economy build here.
Yeah, it really is, yeah.
I wonder if he's going to try and make a push onto T2 or something, or if he's just planning to try and take as much ground as... I see him queuing up a massive number of air factories now. Maybe he's just going to try for the snipe. He's seeing Yeags as being this cautious. He's going to take the ground he can and then just rush him.
Yeah, I actually feel that Yeags he knows Yeags is more air. Yeags is nearly twice as air before he started building the last 5 factories, so I think he just realised he's losing the air game heavy, so he needs to take control again.
I don't suppose he's got so many fabbers. Considering that, yeah, I don't know what he's using them all for. He had less factories than Yeags. Still has less factories than Yeags. Does he really need 3 fabbers on a building? He's actually got 5 fabbers building tier 1 mechs, which feels a little overkill.
Yeah, it's quite overkill, alright. He will get them up quicker and he can build defensive quicker. I think that's what he's worried about.
And you think it's just trying to, so he can build up the turrets afterwards fast enough to hold that ground?
Yeah. Like you see how quick that air factory just went up, and now he's building 2 turrets. So then, by the time the tanks reach this area, it's going to be well protected.
Yeah, I think actually I'm surprised that Yeags hasn't mixed any bumblebees into the mix there, because just 1 bumblebee and that expansion would have been nothing. And now it's looking like a rather convincing fortress.
Yeah, he just needs a couple of walls, so I don't really need the walls. He could lose all the fabrics though.
Oh yeah, a bit of a poor play there by Elodea losing those fabbers. As you say, he's got 5 of them. He can stuff up those walls pretty quickly, and then they'd have hidden safely behind them. And Yeags had lost all the tanks. We see mini fortresses actually getting built up. Yeags doing his own baby fortress on the other side.
Yeah, Yeags after taking control of the centre of the map. That could be key. But
he's going to need that to catch up in economy because Elodea are really starting to pull ahead now.
But Lodi will build a pelter there in a couple of minutes, I'm sure. When he realizes he lost it.
We saw him do it on the previous map as well, where he couldn't break into the crater, but a pelter just outside the crater and just shoveled it into oblivion. So surprisingly, the pelter is something that I think a lot of players underappreciate. It doesn't get built as much as it should for cracking some of these siegeable areas. I think people are starting to discover how useful it can be since its costs got reduced a couple of patches ago.
Yeah, the cost reduced and the walls and turrets are just so strong. So you need to actually compensate for that.
And we're seeing now, I think he's caught out Elodea's air fabbers here.
Air fabbers, yeah.
Yeah, and those go down. But Elodea now actually behind in fabbers. He's lost quite a few on the front lines. So Yeags pulling ahead in fabbers, army, factories, slowly starting to make these advantages pay off.
Still no T2, I'm surprised.
It's been a very cautious game by both players. Just really just trying. It feels like they're almost trying to take every mix on the field before they make a move.
Yeah, they're just playing it. They know turrets are just a really good value for money, so that's what they're gonna just tie the game down with them and then wait till, as you said, late game to do something. Here's a T2 factory up by Elodia. He's gonna have like 5 or 6 fabbers in the head. That's gonna go up really quick.
Yep, he's got the economy to power this, and I think he's realised both of them got fighters flying around everywhere, so they should have a good idea of where their economy stands against their opponent. And Elodea's got a pretty convincing lead there at this point. So if he can get that tier 2 factory up and expanding, it's going to make that exponentially lead.
That attack can be hard to stop. See, this is what I mean. If he built like a wall and the turret, that he'd win that confrontation. But now he's going to lose quite heavy here.
It depends if they're going to try and go up the ramp or they're going to swing around the side.
There's a I can't see. Yeah, there's attack move. Because the move command is around the corner to turn up into it.
Elodea can't see up that ramp. He doesn't even know it's there, and the way units work on ramps is actually a little odd. I think If you sit, the best move for Yates would be to sit his troops just beyond the lip of the ramp.
Oh yeah, so you shoot one out of time. That comes
Yeah,
down to
exactly.
it.
Yeah. So effectively, Yates is committing all of his tanks, and Eladir can only commit the first line that gets over.
Mhm.
You can pick up some the same way that you work with docks in moon craters, really.
Yeah. This here be good, but he has no AA in that group of. Although he just says that he's just built a couple of bombers and then just slowly pick them away.
Yeah, I think Yates has been relying on his air, but it looks like Eladir is now, with all those factories he's built, it's really starting to take back that air advantage, and we see Yates' air force about to get knocked out of action here. And he's going to lose all of his air fabrics as well, that just convoying over. Eladir, though, no, he's too busy microing against the fighters. Those air fabrics might manage to get away if they run fast enough, but oh, good lord. Eladir pushing in with Infernos now into Yates' base up that undefended ramp. This isn't looking pretty for him.
No, and his commander's out of position too. He's a lot of units just stuck in his base. I don't know where. Alright, I think he's disconnected.
Yeah, we've just lost Yates there. He's having a problem with his PA at the moment. But looking at this, yeah, it's not looking good for him. I think, as you said, that just a wall and a turret. Perhaps he's too concerned about the time his troops are going to take to get down that ramp. But it feels like he's really let Eladir sneak around the area of the base. Even building the walls and the turret at the bottom. Just something to control the entrance into his base.
It just makes it a lot harder to try attack it. It just puts you off it. Even though you know your units will get through, but it can put you off.
I'm surprised to see Yates has reacted so slowly to this, because as that force came along the side of the base, he had radar vision on it the whole time, so he knew it was coming. I'd wanted to see a stronger defensive response to that push.
Yeah, I think that's probably he has been disconnected. I'm not sure if that group of units in his base are actually moving towards the.
I think they're just sitting there, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they weren't moving, were they? Yeah.
They look like they've just come out the factories and they haven't moved yet. And yeah, and his commander, good lord, I don't know what his commander's doing out over there. I don't think there's anything from Eladir in place to punish him for that. But actually, surprised to say that in this tournament, boombots haven't been a factor at all. We haven't seen any attempted boombot snipes for out of position commanders.
No, yeah, that's something you need to look into. Like, if you see they're out, and because there comes a stage in the game where your docks can't. If you have one docks factory, it's best to just build boombots. And even if you don't use the booms, it puts the enemy commander. He's going to always be worried about his commander, so he's always going to keep a few units around his commander and not attack you with them. So it's actually good at like mid game to just switch up the boombots. And if they are a little silly with their commander, then you can use your boombots to kill them. So.
Yeah, I think there's been some opportunities to do this, and Eladir is normally a man who would actually switch to boombots in those situations, but hasn't been doing it. Just been continuing on those maps to pump up the docks. But we see now that Eladir pushing into Yates' base, and this is not looking pretty for Yates at all. I think he's going to lose those factories. I don't think he can hold. He's actually queued up tier 2 vehicle factory, which seems pretty ambitious considering his base is just being crushed.
Yeah, sometimes when you disconnect and you rejoin the game, it can really throw you off the game. So right now he's not sure what's going on. He's just a little confused and disorientated. And then when I disconnect and reconnect, I get really thrown off for a couple of minutes, and then I catch up.
Just trying to come back to remember exactly what it was you were doing and getting your head back into that mental state it was in when you were playing. But Yates now moving to counter this, but he's lost everything that was building that tier 2 factory, and I think he's going to lose that. I think he's going to lose the build of the factory as well. On the other hand, it's attracting a lot of fire from Eladir's units, allowing Yates to clean this up faster than he otherwise would. But the economy advantage
has the pause. Yeah, but look at all his air factories on pause. He hasn't noticed yet. Unless he's pausing them because he's building T2 Eco.
I think he's paused them on purpose because his metal usage is perfect right now. So that suggests that's a intentional pause. And his eco is now just ramping up massively. He's gonna
he's 4 advanced fabric. He's just going fabric raise 4 advanced fabrics.
I think he's just gonna, I think Yates is really going to struggle to catch up now with that. With Yates' tier 2 factory getting taken down, Eladir's going up, and there's a lot of there's still quite a few safe mechs for Eladir in that area that he's got locked down. Give him a big edge. And we see now actually that Eladir going for mass bombers from his air factories as well. I think he's smelling blood.
Oh, that one tank there killed like 5 feathers.
It broke through. It bravely broke through, and the little tank that could. Yeah, I think And now Yates is floating even with less income. It's just he's really in trouble. He's actually managed to keep up in terms of mobile units. I mean, there's so much been committed by Aladea to just building his economy. He's really been playing it in the long term. But even though Yates has held equal numbers of units, it feels like Aladea's units have been in better positions. He's achieved more.
Yeah,
with his
we can
forces.
see. Look how many units Lodi has in his own base. Like, it's that bunch moving forward.
I mean, yes. Yeah, that huge tank force,
sorry.
I'm not quite sure why he had quite so many tanks there.
Because if he walked, he'd be probably here now. If he walked after he cleared out his base.
Yeah, I think we saw that. Actually, there was a window where that base, Elade's base, was incredibly vulnerable to a ground assault, and I think that window's going to close before those tanks get over there.
Yeah, it will now. Yeah, and especially the bombers now. He has enough bombers in there to just whittle down the force.
I'm just not sure why he had them sitting at the back of the base. I would expect the factory rally points almost to have been rallied to the front of the base, because these ramps are so easy to hold. There's no need to worry about someone coming in through your back door. You wall off one.
I wonder if sorry. Yeah, it's like that's coming another back door. Maybe a lot of these units going in there. There's nothing there to stop it.
And Yates kills his
GG's
GG.
called.
I don't think he doesn't see a way to win this now.
Yeah.
Almost, I'd say maybe a little premature. I think maybe he had a one ball push in his tanks there. I think I don't think
But
he
I
would
think
have won.
he's seen the T2. No, me neither. I think it was a good call.
I think perhaps a little pessimist. I mean, Eladea, while he had the eco advantage, he was still having to turn it into a unit. But on the other hand, all those bombers. I mean, maybe he could have just flown over the commander and won the game right there.
Exactly. Yeah. That was a great game by Lodi. Well played.
I think showing why he's almost one of the most terrifying players in the game right now, just because he's so flexible. I mean, just any map you throw him onto it, he comes out with something different each time.
Yeah, I have trouble playing him. He's the only player I have actually trouble playing, time in, time out.
Yeah, I've seen him. Whenever I see him stream, he's always trying something new. I mean, he keeps himself so flexible. He doesn't get trapped into perfecting a build. He's using.
No.
I think. Yates there talking about his first docks factory, but I have to say I don't think that's what cost him the game. I don't think there was a lot for those docks to do early on. Not with those defensible positions they started in.
Yeah, it's hard to say. If they just killed 2 Fabers, like that could be like a whole expansion one side of the map for it. So anything can happen.
Yeah, it's the what if scenarios, isn't it? It could be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I think I don't know. It just feels like Yates wasn't using because we saw even later on that Yates still had equal numbers. He just wasn't he didn't position his units as well as Eladea. It seemed to me they had very equal armies, but Eladea seemed to be winning the confrontations.
He's just his unit placement and position is just a lot better and a lot more aggressive. And when you're so aggressive like that, you're just causing the other guy to react to all your attacks, and you're not getting a chance then to make a move on him. You're just trying to expect his move, and yeah, it's really difficult to come back to if you let somebody take control like that.
I'd have been interested to see if Grenadiers could actually fire up the side of the bases. I wonder if you had a skittering, if you had or maybe just something air or any kind of vision, if the Grenadiers could have fired up into the bases from down below, and whether that he could have pulled off anything with that, or if it would have just been a case of and then some tanks rolled in and killed everything. But alas,
yeah, I don't know. I think that could be a really good idea to try it out on a map like that.
Yeah, I mean they've got a 150 range now. I think that would reach.
Yeah.
So if you look at the vision the units have, that's about 100, so 50% more. I think that could reach in. That could do. That might be able to do a fair bit of damage, at least to the initial defences holding the ramps.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's bring
for sure.
Eladea in here, and he can tell us why he's the best. Eladea, another victory for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us about tell us about your greatness.
My greatness.
Yes, tell us about your greatness.
Well, I felt like I didn't get pressured early because his docks factory got stuck or something, didn't it?
He built a subterranean docks factory. Yeah, he had a little dance.
It looked
party
really
going
cool
on
though.
there. Oh yeah, there was. They had a discotheque going. It was lovely.
Dream
Yeah,
died.
there's
Oh hello.
there are some
Sorry, we have
problems.
apologies. We had a. Oh, I apologize. I think we've lost the stream.
Oh
I
yeah.
still see the stream going here. I'm not sure. Let me just check with staff on that.
I'm pausing. Actually, mine's on pause.
Okay, well let's reinitiate the stream then.
That's working now.
Yeah. Okay. So, don't know what was going on there. Don't know if anyone else had a technical hiccup, but I believe that we are back and running. Shout at me in chat if that is not the case. But I think at this point that we still have the stream going.
Yeah, it looks good now.
Do you see it on your side? Let me check here and kill the stream while I'm doing it.
No, the stream's fine.
Stream's fine. Okay. In that case, it looks like.
Oh, it's good for me anyhow. No.
Alright, so it looks like there's just a small technical hiccup, so that's all been sorted out now. We are good to go. So, sorry, Adaday, yes. Tell us, you were talking about early pressure there. You didn't feel like you were under a lot of early pressure.
Yeah, I think because he opened docks, and that would have killed some of my fabbers, I think. But yeah, there are some problems with the map. I'm still trying to work it out. Like some pathing problems with the CSGs overlapping each other and stuff.
So is this a Gandalf creation? It looks very Gandalf.
Does it? I tried to make a map that was more kind of StarCraft 2-ish. So you had like concentrations of metal that you needed to hold. So it wasn't just like expand all over the map. It was very strategic. A lot of positioning.
Oh, so this is one of yours then?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, so this one at the front there. We almost have some natural expansions going on here then, and a couple of ramps into base that you can block off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, I can see some of the influences here then. That's right. Yes, I saw you played it very much like that actually, with the early turrets going up on the ramps, whereas Jaeger didn't turret up those ramps, and it seemed to make quite a difference because it allowed you relatively free access to his base, whereas when he pushed on you were able to shut him down much easier.
Yeah, turrets are pretty strong in this build, I think. I mean, they're pretty cheap, and they can do a lot of damage, especially if you put them behind walls.
Oh, I was surprised actually to see so much early air from you. I was thinking that this would be very, very ground heavy, not too much air. Is it that you think that air fab is just worth that much, that you could sneak that many out on this map?
I wasn't actually going to go so much air, but then I saw that Jaeger was going so much air, and that really scared me, so I just spammed it, really.
Well, I mean, even early on, though, we had, I think you went 2 air, almost, or did you change that to a vehicle in the end? Oh, you did change it to a vehicle. So I don't know if that was an accidental queue, then. But your, 5th factory was another air there? And again, I wasn't expecting to see quite so much air, but yeah, okay, primarily a response to Jaeger's then. So, yeah, how do you think your map worked out, then? I
don't know. I think it's fun to play. I love to get some feedback on how the map plays from other people. But yeah, I'll be releasing it on the forums afterwards, and you can have a play around if you want.
Okay, everyone. So you are looking for the Juno system, which Adair will be putting out on the Uber Entertainment forums later. Let's bring Jaeger in here and talk to him about this game. So thank you very much, Adair, and congratulations on another win.
Yeah, thanks.
As a fact, I think Jaeger's just being talked to almost. Oh no, it's over now. Do we bring him in? Jaeger!
Up.
Commiserations there on a close fought battle with Adair and on your little subterranean bot issues. Clearly, Adair has designed this map intentionally to cripple you there. By
he knew that crack would bug.
Exactly. He's like, he'll build bots. They don't work on this map. I'm gonna pick this map. That'll do him in. What a canny opponent. So what do you think, though? I mean, apart from that, do you think it was purely down to those bots, or is there anything else that you think cost you that game there?
No, I don't think it was. The bots was definitely annoying because I was really trying to stop his first expansion, but I just didn't get there in time. They killed my bomber with the air fabber right away. But other than that, I don't know. I'm just not feeling like I'm where I should be. I'm not making good decisions.
Feeling off your game, Yags.
I'm definitely very, very much off my game.
Okay, well,
yeah, you can see that with all the units in your base. They're kind of staying in your base where normally you'd have them out doing something.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, this is not how you guys should play in RTS.
That's what Adair was telling us. Alade was telling us that this was he tried to design this map around StarCraft 2 principles. Did you feel any of that in playing it?
Yeah, a little bit, just because of the clusters of the metal. It's still nothing like StarCraft 2. I guess PA equivalent, yeah. But I mean, it was a fun map. Yeah, I just probably didn't choose the right strategy, I guess, and I wasn't really harassing appropriately. But Elodie he's good right now. What can I say?
Well, in that case, we're going to go into game 5. So thank you, Yays, again, and good luck in this final game of King of the Planet. Hope you can take this one back from Elodea. Show him that bring your fighting spirit back. But,
I'll try.
thank you for your time. We'll see you in the next game. Okay, so I'm going to be joined by Matthias for casting this one. So thank you, Klops, for joining me for game 4 for casting. But I will speak to you again after game 5.
All right, talk.
Hello, Matthias.
Hello.
So, Matthias, ex-King of the Planet, who was taken down, in fact, by Elodea, is going to be joining me for casting this final game. But what did you think of that one, Matthias?
Yeah, that was really nice again from Elodea. I think you. I'm not sure if you mentioned it or not, but I think you missed that in the near the main base there is like a clump of 6 metal, and Elodea took it and the eggs didn't. And I think it's something that was pretty much the deciding point of the game, because it was quite a lot of income, and Yates didn't take those easy metal near his base, and then it snowballed probably into the loss.
So that's been 4 wins so far for Elodea, and each game he's played slightly differently. Actually, as an ex-StarCraft 2 player yourself, what did you think of that map? Did that bring back any? Well, not ex-StarCraft 2 player. In fact, you're still playing StarCraft 2. So as a StarCraft 2 player, was that bringing back any memories? Is that making you homesick for StarCraft 2?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that there are just 1 or 2 entrances to the main base, and then there are expansions, I think that's quite similar indeed, and those tight passages through between bases and stuff, yeah, that's kind of StarCrafty. So as much as you can get close to StarCraft 2, I think it gets quite close.
Okay, well, we saw 2 very similar builds on that map, with the vehicles out of Yates, vehicles out of Elodea, both into a mass air push. Do you think that was that the right way to play? Do you think is that how you'd have done it?
Yeah. It seems like aircraft is still very strong, so you can it allows for expansion. But then I would probably play more of grenadiers, because they are very good against turrets and walls. And I'm not sure what would happen, but I'm not sure about. Yeah, I mean, it was nice that I would probably expand more and play more proxy factories and try to gain advantage through this way. And definitely grenadiers. I'm really surprised that they don't use them. They are really good.
Yes, Grenadier's got a recent a buff in the recent patch, quite a significant buff in fact. It's been given a little AOE, significant range boost. I think Elodea, I know, has tried them and described them as useless, and I don't think we're ever going to see them come out of Elodea. Surprised not to see Yates give them a try there, because like you said, I think there were some good opportunities for the players to use them to perhaps shoot up into the base, rather than just trying to have to charge up those ramps, which were quite easy to lock down.
Yeah, I mean, they are in the fight. They are useless because you can even dodge them with tanks. You can kite them with tanks, so you don't. And let alone, doxes. They are. You can't hit doxes at all, and it's very hard to hit tanks as well. But you can hit a commander, and you can hit turrets, which is enough to break a turret link, and then expanding even more and getting more income. So that's the point of them, and I think they are doing the job of killing turrets behind walls pretty well, and turrets behind walls stop tanks really, really well right now. So it's better to get them, I think, still. But I didn't test it that much, so maybe I'm wrong, but it felt they're pretty okay.